Hey folks, Todd here. Today we're going to install the TruXedo Pro X15 TS. Now I'm installing it on a 2023 Ford Super Duty, but it's a similar installation for other applications. The tools we'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket, a squeeze clamp, and a pair of scissors. Now make sure you're subscribed to our channel to stay up to date with our latest content. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is install our bulkhead seal right on top of the bulkhead. Now this bulkhead, I've already gone ahead and washed it down and wiped it down with some isopropyl alcohol. You want to do that to get any kind of residue, any kind of soap buildup or wax, anything like that off of the surface. We want to just stick to automotive paint. Now this is our bulkhead seal. You'll notice it's kind of L-shaped, and the leg here needs to stick straight up at the back side of the bulkhead. So where it's going to be installed, it's going to be right here, where that leg is going to go right, if the bulkhead comes straight up, it's going to go right up the leg there. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel away a little bit of the 3M protective coating and expose that adhesive. We'll line this up, go all the way to the edge of the bulkhead. Press that into place. And we're going to kind of pull it out and just release the adhesive backing. Go all the way to the other side. And once we get to the other side, we're going to go ahead and cut that in place. All right, so next what we're going to do before we set the rail in place, we're going to install our corner seal. Now it's just going to look like a big foam block, and it's going to go up into this corner right here, all the way up against the bulkhead. So I've already cleaned this surface off with rubbing alcohol, and you make sure that it's rested about an 1/8 inch above your bed caps. So once you get that lined up, we're going to go ahead and peel the tape protector off the back. And then go ahead and set it in place. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place our rail up on top of our bed cap. Now this is going to hang on top of the bed cap and get clamped into place. But first what we're going to do is we are going to prep the rail. Now this is the driver's side rail. We've got the trigger latch down here. That's the driver's side. And when you look at the end plug on this rail, you're going to notice we got a little bit of a line right here. Just below that line, we're going to be installing a seal that goes right like that. Now, we've got another seal. It's a mirror image of this one, so make sure you get the correct shape to coordinate with that. I've already wiped down this surface with some rubbing alcohol. Next, what we're going to do is peel this away and stick it to it. All right, and now we've got our T-slot rail right here. With the T-slot in your kit, you're also going to have some T-slot end caps. So just slide that in where the notch is faced up. And then also in your kit, you're going to have a 1/8 inch Allen wrench. You're just going to slightly snug that up. Don't tighten it down too bad. If you tighten it too much, you will strip out the plastic threads that are in there. We just need it nice and snug so it doesn't slide back out. Next, we're going to go ahead and flip this around. Do the same thing to the other end. So here's our end plug, and here is the other one, the other seal that is the mirror image. We're going to go ahead and set that in place as well, just like we did on the front. Again, I've already wiped this surface down with rubbing alcohol. And again, we are going to insert the end plug on the T-slot rail and snug that down with the 1/8 inch. Now what we can do is go ahead and set it up on top of the bed caps. and we're going to slide it forward. This edge needs to be right at 3/8 of an inch away from the bulkhead. So what that's going to do is that's going to compress our seal we just installed a little bit. We're also going to be compressing this block seal up at the front, the corner seal. I'm going to go ahead and set this in place with a squeeze clamp. That's just going to hold it in place while I set the other clamps. And I'm going to start with the front. You want to be at least 8 inches from your bulkhead whenever you place the clamp. You also want to make sure that you use this top notch on the clamp. And when you spread this clamp apart, you'll notice you got grooves on this side of the clamp. They're going to match up to the grooves in the rail. So we're going to go ahead and set that in place. I'm going to put it up as high as possible with engagement on those on the teeth of the rail. And we're going to tighten it down by hand first. Get it right where it needs to be. We're going to take a 1/2 inch wrench or ratchet, and we're going to tighten it down. Don't need to over tighten it, just get it to about 10 foot-pounds. All the other clamps are going to do the exact same way. Now, as you're placing the clamps, make sure you're careful not to hit any obstructions underneath your bed cap. So I'm reaching underneath here, I actually feel something hanging down. That's actually one of the clips from the bed cap cover that's going down through. So I want to be on either one side or the other side of that so that the back side of the clamp doesn't contact that and throw off my angle on my clamp. Let's set that in place. Get it hand tight first. Go ahead and lock it down with a 1/2 inch. And then the rear clamp, just like the first two, we're going to install it the same way. And again, you want to have it about 8 inches away from your tailgate. All right, repeat the same process on the rail for the other side. All right, now this is the cover, the way it comes out of the box. Now, a few things I want to point out to you. Number one, this is going to be rotating down to where the header rail is going to lay on top of the rails. And this portion, when it flips over, is going to rest right in front of the piston on both sides. Now, you'll also notice we've got this clamp that's going to be able to slide over. And when that slides, it's going to slide underneath the rail. That's what we want to do. We can push down a lever here and then slide the clamp back. Also, as we're rotating this down, make sure your straps are going down into the bed of the truck, not over top of the bulkhead. And make sure as you're rotating this down, also the rubber flap, the seal, goes over top of the bulkhead as well. So once we have that kind of over top and in place, we can reach underneath and attach. And then we can go ahead and set the Velcro. What I like to do is bring it up, slide the Velcro forward, and then we can go ahead and roll it back to the tailgate. And as we roll it back to the tailgate, what we're going to do when we get to the very end, we're going to see the tail rail. On both sides, we want to make sure that tail rail drops down behind this cam, and then rotate it down, and it latches in place. Then we can go ahead and fix the Velcro on the sides. Well, that concludes the installation. If you found this video helpful, make sure and give us a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the product, Check the link in the description below, and as always, if you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.